Well, welcome back, all you amazing and beautiful people out there. I'm so excited you're here on the broadcast. Well, there are a lot of things happening right now, and specifically surrounding Donald J. Trump, who, by the way, I pray for on a daily basis, and please keep him in your prayers. But right now, what has happened to the president and former president of the United States so far, I think that things are going to get much worse for Donald Trump and even his followers, especially as long as we have the likes of the Biden administration calling the shots and using organizations like the FBI, the CIA, the DHS, and the DOJ and our justice system against him and his political enemies, so to speak. But what's happening to Donald Trump, I really kind of want to sound the alarm, because a lot of people are starting to, be afraid that Donald Trump could be assassinated or, just really worried about all of that. Not to mention what I'm going to talk about today, George Soros' son is now sticking his little grubby hands against Donald J. Trump as well. So I've got a lot to share with you, and I really want you to hold out for this. But before I do, get to restrictedrepublic.com. Look, I created this because of everything that is going on, and it's really only a limited time that we're going to be on these alternative platforms. But if you want to be in the know and get exclusive content that we only post on Restricted, that unbrainwashes you on these alternative sites, then check out restrictedrepublic.com. Use the coupon code INDEPENDENCE, and you can get it for 2 years for $4 per month. So get to restrictedrepublic.com. Use that coupon code there. But anyhow, I want to dive in to what has just been announced from the left, the radical left, and what they're planning on doing to Donald J. Trump. Take a look at this article, and I want to go directly to the horse's mouth, so to speak. But this is on Politico, and it's headline, "No Soros Retreat from Europe." And it's kind of hidden in this article. Now, this article was written by Alex Soros, who inherited the entire empire from George Soros. He is the heir to the throne, and he's been handed over the keys, but he is the one that's writing this article. Ergo, very important stuff that we should pay attention to, because he is the chair of the Open Society Foundation, as you can see there, and he plans on utilizing this foundation against Donald J. Trump and basically putting as much as he can, his full effort against that. And this is why, by the way, he has been cutting some of his resources, so to speak, from Europe so he can focus on the United States of America and Donald J. Trump. But here's what he says specifically. As someone who spends up to half their time working on the continent and thinks former U.S. President Donald J. Trump, or at least someone with his isolationist and anti-European policies, will be the Republican nominee, I believe a MAGA-style Republican victory in next year's U.S. presidential election could, in the end, be worse for the EU than for the U.S. Such an outcome will imperil European unity and undermine the progress achieved on many fronts in response to the war in Ukraine. We are adapting OSF, Open Society Foundation, to be able to respond to whatever scenarios might emerge on both sides of the Atlantic. So in other words, Alex Soros is saying, look, we're going to use the full force of Open Society Foundation for the 2024 election to stand against Donald J. Trump or any MAGA-style Republican, because they are an imminent threat, a danger to European unity. So we're going to take some of those resources from Europe and utilize them over here in the US, to kind of mess around with what's going on with the election in 2024. Who knows, right? But the truth of the matter is Donald Trump is campaigning on the idea of, hey, he wants to end the war and he wants to stop the killing that's going on over there. I guess that to the globalist crowd, peace in Europe is somehow bad for progress. I mean, really? How is wanting peace and ending a war bad for progress in Europe? You see, because I believe it has nothing to do with that. I think they just do not want the freedoms that Donald Trump will bring with him. Donald Trump wants to back out financially from parts of the United Nations and these kind of globalist organization. He wants to bring jobs back to the United States of America, build our border wall, stop the war in Ukraine. That's amazing. That's huge in and of itself. So we don't have to funnel all these resources where the Democrats made it very clear that they want this war ongoing. This is why they keep funneling money over there. And at the same time, we are literally risking World War III. But all of that said, in a nutshell, now we have the likes of Alex Soros, George Soros's inheritance guy, son there, and he wants to use his full force of Open Society Foundation against one man. This is rather terrifying. And this comes on the heels, by the way, of Tucker Carlson's announcement that he really is scared for Donald Trump's life. And I brought this up before on Restricted Republic, but townhall.com, Tucker Carlson reveals why he fears for Donald Trump's life. And here's what he said specifically on a podcast that he went on. Graph it out, man. We're speeding towards assassination. Obviously, no one will say that, but I don't know how you can't reach that conclusion, Carlson said. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them that they just cannot have it. He goes on to state that it's hard to overstate how bad this is, and I don't know where it's going, but there's clearly a collusion imminent. And that's what he said in that podcast. But he also did an interview with Donald J. Trump. And I aired this earlier, but as a quick reminder, he took an interview with Donald J. Trump, and he asked him if Trump is worried that they're going to try to kill him. And Trump said they're savage animals, they're sick people, and who knows basically what they'll do. And I'm paraphrasing Donald Trump's words there, but Donald Trump obviously I think is a little concerned about it. We know Tucker Carlson is concerned about it. I'm concerned about it. And Dan Bongino has also raised his own concern about it. And he's a former Secret Service agent. But check this out. This is on westernjournal.com, and it's headlined, "I'm growing concerned about President Trump's safety. Ex-Secret Service agent says," and you can see there that is Dan Bongino being referenced in that article. Needless to say, there are a lot of top figures who are afraid for Donald J. Trump, including some that Donald J. Trump has expressed himself. This is why, again, I encourage you guys to pray for him every day. Now, I really hope that doesn't happen. I mean, God forbid some lunatic comes out and does something stupid. But the bottom line is the mainstream media just really, they've been framing him as some kind of MAGA radical terrorist. And who knows what the far left idiots could do, some rogue person or whoever. It doesn't even matter. The fact of the matter is there's a lot of tension that's growing, and there's a lot of things that we need to pay attention to that are happening right now in society, especially with our presidential candidate for 2024. And what else I want to throw out here to you guys is this. Tucker Carlson also made this statement in another interview. He predicted a hot war with Russia to defeat Trump in election. And basically what he said there is, hey, there could be some kind of false flag attack or something could happen. And Biden could say, oh, we're declaring war on Russia. And, we have to halt the election. Obviously, that's hypothetical and we don't know what will happen, but that's what he's kind of saying in that particular report. Could it happen? Absolutely. Quite frankly, I wouldn't put it past them at this point either way. Or there could actually be a war that ignites and, hey, let's seize this moment or whatever. But the fact of the matter is they've really gone to extremes with Trump before. And I think that's what they're trying to say is we've seen every extreme possible so far being taken on President Trump, the former president, that they could possibly take. So anyhow, I wanted to bring all of that to you because there is a lot going on. As a quick reminder, please don't forget to check out my sponsor, Noble Gold Investments. Now, if you're looking for a roadmap to financial mastery, then you're going to want to watch Noble Gold Investments YouTube channel to turn your financial fog into a clear path forward. If you're confused by finances, this channel makes it simple and profitable. On this channel, you don't just get the news, you get a financial game plan. Your time, your money are both well spent. Your financial shield is uncertain times. Learn to protect yourself and your assets and sleep better at night. Subscribe now for free. Just click that sub button on the right. You can see I'm already subscribed there, and you can start watching some of the things that Noble Gold Investments has to offer. With that, thanks again for tuning in. I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.